Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy working 6 days a week and no time for anything else here. Welcome to Lost Ark, and this is just a short video about just the strong beginnings of what I think you should know about this game. So far, I'm actually really happy with what Lost Ark has given to everybody essentially as a game. This is what I expect most MMORPGs to deliver, to be honest, and I haven't had this feeling since, like, I don't know, Ragnarok days. So it's been a long time since I played an MMO that actually kind of gave a bunch of everything that what MMOs I believe should deliver anyways. So it's pretty much like a plethora of things. Some people might disagree, but I don't care. This is what I expect MMOs to be. So just in terms of like a beginning, when you're starting off Lost Ark and you're a little bit lost, just make sure you get like at least one character to level 50 first, just to start off, and then just get your item level to 250. That usually isn't too hard. You'll naturally get there from just playing the game itself and going through the continents. The story is actually kind of corny and traditional at first, but once you get past Tortoik, where you become like miniature self lands, and then you go through the Dragon Ball Z tournament, things start to pick up and get pretty weird, and the story actually, I believe, actually is quite good at some point. All the cutscenes and stuff and whatever, like for a game that has no background and no foundation at all, or like some kind of sequel or prequel or anything like that, it's done a pretty good job, to be honest. And for free to play, this is more than I asked for, and I think this is great. Combat is good. Other things like the adventure tome, you want to look at all of these things and actually sort of invest yourself in them. You can of course just be a mapper and a guide lookupper and just look at all of these things, but then there's clues in all of these things that tell you where to get them anyways, if you actually want to be a gamer. But it's up to you how you want to go about it. So like for instance right here it says like go to the Aragal Salt Plains. That's pretty much where it's going to be in that map, so you can just start scraping the map. There's collectibles and stuff that you should look around for the planet anyways. If you care about at all about end game within Lost Ark, you want to do all of these things. All of these things grant you power towards that end game for whatever the hell that is in this game, which is like gear or just higher raids or whatever and whatnot. But in any case, like the max high-end raids will require you to have a lot of these things. Some of the reasons is like, for instance, they grant you skill points or stats, for instance, like all stats here, which is more damage, vitality across your entire account, which is more HP, so you don't die or get one-shotted eventually. All of these things add up, especially like greater skill potions. These things are huge. This could be the difference between like a tier in your skills. So right now I have a skill here that's called Spin Cutter. It's only at level 6, but at level 7 it gets a tier bonus here, at like its tripod or whatever. I'm literally 2 points away from that, and I can't get any more at level 50 because it's either, I don't even know if I get more at 51, which is a long ways away, or either that I could just actually just improve my tome and actually just bring one of these up to like 70 or something. One of them has it here as a reward for skill points. Right here, for instance, like I could bring this up to 60% completion and then I'll get skill points. All of these things matter. It could be big game changers to yourself in the end runs and whatnot. And essentially, eye level, your item level, is really just more like a piece of number for access to content, is what it looks like to me. You can of course be super over eye level and do like lower level content, but if you go too far away from the gap, the game chunks your rewards because you're just like way too powerful anyways. And even then it's like, I wouldn't really try to just over eye level stuff because you're just going to run into brick walls later with mechanics with bosses. This game doesn't ask you to be brain dead. It actually requests you to use your brain very early on. Sure, some of the content might be easier later on, but I've heard so much mauling in my Discord channels that I'm in that it's unbelievable that I have to mute myself or deafen myself sometimes. And even I've heard myself mauled out of like frustration because of like 4 different people telling me what to do on this one run or whatever, and then we're just like all arguing afterwards. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I'm just gonna run this, go blind frogger like I have with the entire game. I've looked up pretty much 0 guides, and this is what I come down to. So first off, get a character to level 50, get to eye level 250, which is not too hard to get. You'll get there naturally by the time you reach North Vern. So if you just go through these storylines and get to about Annika, generally you can actually sort of just, from the world map, once you get your ship out of Lutera, you can sort of sail through to Annika and then it'll point you to Arthurtine. But like in that Arthurtine fork here, you can actually sort of just sail off to Vern if you want and start going through there. And then once you go through North Vern and level 50 and eye level 250, then you get a power pass and you can bring an alt up to level 50 as well, just almost immediately. Why you want to do this is because it unlocks like this thing called daily tasks, called Una's tasks. This sort of unlocks partway into Vern as well, just naturally off of an NPC through the storyline. But once you complete Vern is pretty much like a solid tipping point to where a lot of stuff opens up for you. Chaos Dungeon opens up at eye level 250. Guardian raids start at about like 302 or something like that. All of that is very easily achievable if you're just an active player. And these daily tasks, it's important because like you can only do 3 of these on a character per day. The key word here is character. I want to do these on each character, 3 of these different tasks. If I've already done it on a different character, you'll notice this check mark here for this reputation bonus. The main reasons is because like over a period of time as you're playing this with dailies or whatever, and more characters that have access to the Una's task, which is level 50, so you'll get 1 power pass for a character at Vern, and then you'll get another one later on, so you get 2 essentially. And then beyond that, I think you have to just pay gold, but 2 is already quite a lot, and you don't really need to go too much unless you're just hardcore and you have like a shitload of free time, which I don't. And so what you want to do is level these things. You might want to look through these rewards. Some of them are really huge at their maximum reputation bonus. For instance, a courage potion. This is plus 10 permanent stats across your entire account. If you're curious about particular rewards, you can always just search it up, like the Giant's Hearts. Giant's Hearts is incredibly like game changing as you progress to collect more of them. And as well, it gives kindness potion as well. So this is a huge reward, but this takes about 15 days worth of quests to do, because you can only raise the reputation by 10 per day. So it's going to take 8 days for this one and 7 days for this one. So it's 15 days and 15 days. So it takes literally a month to get here. So yeah, you might want to like sort of just engage on that. There's not really like a rush to or anything. Like if you're going to be playing the long-term game, none of this really matters in terms of like, oh, I must get this now. Just keep in mind that like you should do this daily and whatever. And then you should also look at these rewards too, as they help speed up your gearing process towards like eye level 600, which is where tier 2 items start. And pretty much that's what I want to tell you in terms of Una's tasks. Same with the weeklies as well. The weeklies you can only do 3 a week, and it's per character. The rewards are locked to the character in terms of the shards. You can't really toss these around. You can toss around like the bundles, for instance, on these boxes. So in these boxes, when you open them, they say they're bound, right? That's only if you open it on this character, but the box itself is bound to your roster, so you can toss this box around to your alts and have them gear up as well in case you don't need these materials on your main anymore. That's one of the things you should be careful for, because once you open it on your main, then it's stuck on that character and you can't change it to your alts, for instance. But you leave it in the box and just open it as you need it, then you can eventually toss the rest of the boxes to your alts and speed them up as well. One of the few things that I didn't really catch early on. Story itself, like I said, it's pretty good. Some of the battles are pretty insane. Abyssal Dungeons is where the hard stuff starts beginning. The game very early on starts throwing you challenges and stuff like that. Some people will find it easy, but I've come across so many players that just brick wall and keep dying and wiping, so clearly it's not that easy. If it was so easy, everybody should just be running it through on the first get-go, and like a majority of players would be where everybody else, where all the people who are like playing like in a frenzy currently. Well, like when you're doing these daily quests, make sure that your characters are sort of spread across the world. They don't have to all be in the same place. You get this thing called Bifrost location later on, which lets you save a location somewhere on the ocean somewhere, and you can instantly teleport to it for a very small amount of silver with a 2 or 3 hour cooldown. If you want to use it again, it's going to cost you like money crystals. Real money crystals. And then if you want to change the location, you can change it once every day. If you want to change it more often within less than a day, you're gonna have to pay crystals again. So you can place these locations in different spots across all your alts and characters. They're not shared. So if you have one character like in the northern region and then you have another character in the southern region, you can have 3 waypoints for each of them and whatnot, and 3 waypoints up here for another character and 3 waypoints for another character somewhere else. So make use of your alts to at least like save a lot of time, because you don't want to be traveling from island to island and also like missing timers and stuff and all these raid bosses and your Procyon compass and things all in the, like, you know, different times, because I had to sort of set it up to manage while I'm working 6 days a week in order to still progress this, playing only like 1 or 2 hours a day, with only the weekends sleeping in, and basically like playing for 3 or 4 hours on the weekend. On Saturday, that's it, and then Sunday I'm back to work. So make sure you're also sort of powering up your report as well. You probably have an idea of which number of waifus you want to bring to your stronghold, but they also offer really big rewards as well at the trusted. But once you get them to trusted, they can join you at your stronghold at your house, and pretty much I don't know, eventually you can give them outfits or something too later on. So, and they also add towards your adventure tome as well, and that's the only way to get like 100% on some of these things. And you want to probably look at the rewards under the collectibles, which is under adventure collectibles or alt L by default, and check out like their reward infos to see what you can get. For instance, to me, like aesthetics is incredibly important, so like luminous energy looks freaking cool, or a skillet where I can just like pound people on the head, I guess, maybe. I'm not really sure, but other than that, like all these rewards look pretty cool and also add to like your character's power overall. Some of them might not be really apparent at first. Make sure you do the welcome challenges as well and go through all of these as much as you can. They give a lot of incredible rewards that would otherwise be really grindy at first for your first character, or at least your main character. If you decide to like change characters in midway through because you're like, oh, I don't really like this class, well, like I said earlier in the video, get to 50, get the eye level 250, get that power pass, maybe like play a class a little bit just for trial and see if you feel like you like it or not, and then power pass it if you do. If you don't, then make another one and try a different class. Either that or just wait until a new class comes out. There's still at least like probably 6 or 7 classes that aren't released yet in NA that are available in KR. So that's pretty much it. Alright, once you hit eye level 250, you want to go start exploring islands that are at the 250 recommended eye level. You can get a lot of materials and pirate coins for the early parts of your adventure, which you may struggle to get prior to that. So that's a huge amount of exploration content that's available for you. You can go around and do that at your own leisure. It's not required, but it does help a lot. Opposed to grinding or dailies, limits of chaos dungeons or guardian raids that you may be limited to at first. As well, once you hit 460, the same thing, there's more islands that you can approach. Also, like the co-op quests that are also out in the ocean, usually they have like this hand icon of like 2 hands like this kind of thing aimed at the sky. There's like those co-op quests are basically just with like a bunch of people. You don't necessarily have to be in a party to do them, so they're just like events where people can just join in and whatnot. They're really nice, and it does really give that whole MMO feel. Sailing around in the ocean and people just you know, seeing their boats around, it's really nice, and this is pretty much what I expected of a good MMORPG, and so far I'm really happy with it. Very rare that I ever say this about like most games that I'm playing, so give it a shot if you care. And that's my tips for a strong beginning at the very least. Just make sure you progress these numerous amount of things. Donate to your guild. They give you free currency that'll help you exchange for your progression later on as the shop unlocks that are under weekly limits and stuff. Try to exhaust all your weekly limits for whatever you can. The dailies, if you miss them, it's not too bad. You get rest bonuses, but weeklies are pretty big. Usually you should be able to tag all of them throughout the week. I'm working 6 days a week, working almost 10 to 12 hours a day. I can do it, so can you. And other than that, take it easy, enjoy the game. The story is actually quite engaging, and the battles are pretty unique. And here's some extra footage of just the game. So see you later. Peace.
You've defeated my minions, but the party's just getting started.
You know, I'm actually kind of pissed I missed out on that thing that you're doing, whatever it is. So jealous. how are you guys so fast? Are you just getting like non-stop boosts?
Someone jumped inside. Alone? Who would be so bold?
Oh, there's gonna be an important stagger moment.
Oh wow, nice counter.
The ball's rolling down the hill and stuff. That happens again too. Oh, and yeah, obviously we'll get the question. You know, the usual.
Sorry, I'm like busy trying not to die right now. I'm barely like paying attention to what you're saying. I'm sorry. It's not intentional.
No, you're good.
I'm also trying to spot like where her glow is so I can counter too. Oh fuck. Oh my, oh shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm in the mulcher. I'm in the mulcher.
Oh! I'm getting, oh no, I'm getting fucked.
Christ.
Oh my god, I dashed. Oh, hit by everything. Oh my god, are you shitting me?
It's so annoying.
Oh my god, an actual annoying magic. It's exactly what Azina says. Oh fuck. Oh my god, I'm so dead. I'm in the mulcher. I'm in the mulcher.
That sucks so bad. Every time I got up from my knockdown, I had another ball hit me.
Oh my fucking god. Oh, this is the end. Oh, I'm alive. I'm alive.
I don't know if you guys are taking that.
Oh shit. Oh my god. I don't know what her counter attack is. I didn't spot it yet. So I don't know what I'm looking for.